All new at 11, an attorney who people trusted to handle their personal injury cases is arrested. Police accuse him of ripping off more than a dozen clients for hundreds of thousands of dollars. CBS 4's Carey is live in Davie, where police are working to learn if there might be even more victims. Carey?
That's right, Jim. I spent a good part of the day today going through police reports in this case, and Davie police suspect that this attorney, Bradley Scott Douglas, stole from about a dozen clients. These are clients that he handled personal injury and workers' comp cases for. And tonight we spoke to one of the victims who described how all this affected him.
He's a lawyer. I mean, you would think that you can trust a lawyer.
Jason Jones is talking about this man, attorney Bradley Douglas. Jones hired Douglas in 2017 after a car rear-ended Jones's work truck on I-95.
The guy went through the back of my truck, the company truck that I was in.
Jones suffered a pinched nerve and needed surgery.
For the rest of my life, I have a titanium plate.
Douglas won a big settlement for Jones. The amount, $175,000.
This is going to be life-changing.
But it wasn't. Jones said he couldn't get the money from Douglas.
The check's in the mail. I'm waiting on the secretary. It was every excuse in the book.
Jones showed us text messages he says he received from Douglas promising that the checks would be deposited right away. It never happened. Investigators went through Douglas's trust account and found there are multiple large cash withdrawals for food, Massage Envy, West Marine, Marlin Stadium. In other words, items for personal use. Jones said he struggled to pay his bills, suffered financial problems, and relied on family to get by.
Here I am starving to death, and he's out living high on the hog, getting massages, going to baseball games.
Jones wasn't the only victim. Florida bar records show Douglas voluntarily had his law license revoked, admitting to misconduct and not giving settlement funds to a number of clients. Michael Gottlieb is Douglas's attorney.
Sometimes people in practice make mistakes, and I think that whatever mistakes Brad made, he determined that it was appropriate for him to own up to those mistakes.
Davie police arrested Douglas on more than a dozen criminal charges, and they're wondering if there are more victims in the community.
It is possible that there are other victims out there that may have been victimized by this attorney, and we'd like to speak to them if they're out there.
Jason Jones did wind up getting a portion of his initial settlement, but he's still demanding justice.
I would hope that he goes to prison and, he learns a lesson that he can't steal from people.
It does appear that a number of the victims did receive money through a fund set up by the Florida bar. Also, bar records show that even though Douglas did give up his law license, he can reapply for admission in just a few years. Davie police say if you were victimized by this attorney, you should contact the Davie Police Department. Live in Davie, Carey, CBS 4 News Tonight.